Lesson 7.2 is all about similar polygons. So remember in 7.1 I told you that you're going to be using proportions? Well, we're going to be using them to prove two shapes are similar. So you'll need to remember what a similar polygon is. Similar polygons, you guessed it, same shape, different size. So two triangles, maybe one's bigger, one's smaller. Two rectangles, you have to have the same shape for them to be similar. A similarity statement, that is letter C. Where you see this squiggly line, that symbol means is similar to. It's kind of like congruent or approximate, but it only has one squiggle. Okay, so you would read this as ABCD is similar to WXYZ. And of course, scale factor is letter B. The ratio of lengths of corresponding sides of two similar polygons. And we'll talk more about that later. For example 1, you will need 3 colors. They could be highlighters or pens, but you need 3 of them. So go ahead and get those. And example 1 tells you that if triangle ABC is similar to RST, so you know that they're similar, you want to list the pairs of congruent angles and write a proportion that relates the corresponding sides. In order for something to be similar, I want you to write this note on your paper. For some shapes to be similar, you must have, capital must, you must have congruent angles and proportional sides. Okay, you have to have those two things, sides and angles. So if I'm talking about angle A, what angle corresponds to angle A in RST? You can look at the similarity statement. A is first, R is first. So angle R corresponds. So it says to list them. So here's what we're going to list. Angle A is congruent to angle R. Okay, get your second color. Angle B, that's right here. That angle corresponds, to angle S. So let's write that statement. Angle B is congruent to angle S. And our last set of angles, obviously, is C and T. Angle C is congruent to angle T. Now, when we write our sides, do our sides look congruent? No. But they are proportional. So, if I am talking about side AB, this side over here, what side corresponds to AB on the smaller triangle? Yeah, RS. So, when we write our proportion, we're going to write it like this. AB over RS. And that is proportional to, let's get a different color. Let's look at BC. So it's proportional to BC. And what side corresponds to BC? ST. Yes. Okay. That also has to be proportional to our last side, which is down here at the bottom. AC and RT. All of those have to be proportional for these triangles to be similar. So, example 2, keep that in mind. we're going to be talking about these menus. Here's our original that we're going to compare these two menus to. We want to see if these two are similar or are these two similar. So I'm going to kind of number, this is menu number 1 and this is menu number 2. So to see if the original menu and number 1 are proportional, we need to see if their sides are proportional. So 10 over 12, is it proportional to 12 over 14? Okay, so you could, is this equal? Is 140 equal to 144? Nope, those are not the same. So this is not proportional. Not this menu. Let's check the second menu before we say yes. Let's set up a proportion. 10 over 8. Is that proportional to 12 over 9.6? Cross multiply, we get 96. 8 times 12 is 96. Hey, those are proportional. So, yes. And then it says, write the similarity statement in the scale factor. Okay, so let's give this menu some letters. Let's call this A, B, C, D. Let's call this menu E, F, G, H. Since they're similar, we're going to say A, B, C, D is similar to E, F, G, H. Okay, now it also asked for the scale factor. And remember I said we're going to talk about that. Scale factor is a ratio of your sides. In other words, from 10 to 8. So you want to ask yourself, did this get bigger or smaller? This menu here was bigger. This one is smaller. So our scale factor should be smaller than 1. So our scale factor, move that so it's straight, is a ratio of your sides, 8 to 10. Can you reduce that? There's our scale factor, 4 to 5, or 4/5. This menu is 4/5 as large as the original, if that makes sense to you. It's not bigger, it's small. How much smaller? It is 4/5 the size. Okay, next page. Example 3. We're going to need our colors. Example 3 says the two polygons are similar. So you know that these are proportional because it tells you that they're similar. Find x. So if AB is 6, what side corresponds to AB? Yes, RS. So let's write that ratio, 6 to 4. And that's proportional to, we want to find x. So here's x over here, side CD. What side corresponds to CD? TU, 3. So we're going to finish our proportion. Now I wrote 6 on top, which is the bigger pentagon. So x is going to go on top over here. Solve for x by cross multiplying. 18 equals 4x. Divide by 4. And x equals 9/2, which is also 4.5. Okay, I also need to find y. So I'm going to stick with this same starting ratio of 6 to 4. But side y, or to find y, that's this bottom side, ED. ED corresponds down here to VU. So we're going to write 8 over y plus 1. When we cross multiply, 4 times 8 is 32. But we need to remember when we cross multiply here, it's not just 6 times y. It's 6 times y plus 1. So you need those parentheses. Distribute your 6. And let's solve for y. Minus 6. Divide by 6. And you can go ahead and leave it improper like the other one. Y is 13/3. So that is the most accurate answer. Okay, last example. Example 4. Okay, we've got a couple things to find here. It tells us that these two pentagons are similar. That means they're proportional. Find the scale factor of ABCDE to RSTUV and the perimeter. So ask yourself this. ABCDE to RSTUV. Did it get bigger or smaller? Got bigger, so our scale factor, this bigger one, RSTUV, is going to go on top. It's a ratio because we want a scale factor bigger than 1. So we just need a ratio of one side. I've got AE and VU right here. These are both proportional. So 7 to 4. I do not want to make that a mixed number because then it's not a scale factor. Then it's not a ratio. We're going to leave it 7 to 4. Okay? To find the perimeter, I have to add up all my sides. Well, AE is the same as ED, so I know this is 4. But I have no idea what these two sides are. The same over here. I know this is 10.5 and this is 10.5. I know that VU and VR are both 7, but I have no idea what ST is. So I need to do a little algebra. Let's find AB. So to find AB, I'm going to set up a proportion. I know that these two sides are proportional, so I'm going to start out with that one. 4 over 7. And then I want to find AB. I don't know it, so I'm going to give it a variable. And it corresponds to this side, which is 10.5. Cross multiply. And we get 7x equals 42. Divide by 7. X is 6. So AB is 6. And DC is also 6. Okay, we need to find ST to find the perimeter of this bigger pentagon. So let's do another proportion. I'm going to start the same way, 4 over 7. Okay, I am going to find this bottom side. So on my smaller pentagon, it's 6. So I'm going to have 6 on top. And then let's give this the variable y. There's my proportion. Cross multiply. Simplify. Let's divide by 4. Okay, y equals 10.5. Now we can find our perimeter. So we want to find the perimeter of ABCDE. Now remember, perimeter means add up all your sides. So we've got 4 plus 4 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So the perimeter is 24 units. Okay, let's find the perimeter of the larger RSTUV. Now its perimeter will be 7/4 times bigger, so it will be larger than 24. Its perimeter is 7 plus 7 plus 10.5 plus 10.5 plus 10.5. Which is 45.5 units. And there you go. Okay, lesson 7-2 is complete.